Hello and welcome back to Eurofootball Daily, and on this week's Scout Report we're going to be looking closely at 5 clubs who are having a brilliant summer window. 5. Tottenham Hotspur. It's been a long year and a half since Tottenham Hotspur last welcomed a new arrival, but the 2019-20 season seems to open the doors of a long-awaited new stadium and print a few new names on the lily-white shirts. You might be thinking we're speaking a bit too soon, as Tottenham have only signed 2 players, with one of them going straight back out on loan to his former club Leeds. But Tanguy Ndombele joins teenage Jack Clarke as North London's latest residence in a £55 million move that looks to change the tide at White Hart Lane. Previously held back by Daniel Levy's tight purse strings, Pochettino's side have broken new ground in the last year. Building a new state-of-the-art stadium, reaching the Champions League final, and now smashing their transfer record by almost £20 million, Tottenham have firmly pulled their chair up to the big boy table. Spurs fought off tough competition to land the 22-year-old Ndombele from Lyon, and he looks like he could be what they've been missing in midfield. Making 2.8 tackles and interceptions per 90, 2.6 dribbles and 1.5 key passes a game, Ndombele's versatility is going to give Pochettino lots of options next season. You could argue that the Lily Whites squad is still looking too slim to compete for the title. Rumoured to be best placed to sign Dani Ceballos, interested in Giovanni Lo Celso, and keen to offload Danny Rose and Kieran Tierney to help fund a move for Fulham's Ryan Sessegnon, Spurs are planning on being more active in this window than ever before. Not only are they bringing in some new recruits, so far they managed to keep hold of their key players too. Toby Alderweireld had the worrying release clause of just £25 million this summer, but seems to have opted to stay put in London. While rumours of a switch to Real Madrid for Christian Eriksen have died down since Los Blancos unveiled Eden Hazard. If they could add another striker onto the bench, and their squad could be looking intimidating next term. Most importantly, Mauricio Pochettino will be staying in the Spurs dugout ready to build on the success of last season by getting his hands on his first trophy in 2020. 4. Bayern Munich. The 2019 summer was predicted to be a busy one for Bundesliga champions Bayern Munich, who faced a squad overhaul following the departure of James Rodriguez, Frank Ribery and Arjen Robben. Bayern also said goodbye to a 30-year-old Mats Hummels, who headed back to Borussia Dortmund for a startling fee of €30 million. Their excellent business has continued with their arrivals. They broke their modest transfer fee record to sign 23-year-old centre-back Lucas Hernandez from Atletico Madrid. The €80 million signing will be pulling on Philipp Lahm's famous number 21 jersey next season, hoping to do it justice. By waving goodbye to Hummels and welcoming a young utility player capable of playing centrally and on the left, Bayern are future-proofing their defence. Hernandez isn't the only World Cup winner helping to build Bayern's back line. Benjamin Pavard switched Stuttgart for Bayern Munich in January 2019, putting their total expense this year at €118 million. Both newcomers, just 23, Niko Kovac's defence now averages an age of just 25 years old. They've mopped up the Bundesliga's young defensive talent, but Bayern could do with adding firepower to their ranks to back an ageing Lewandowski next season. 30 years old, Lewa started 33 games in 2018-19, scored 22 and assisted 7, so adding a young striker to the squad now would allow an easier transition should the Pole be unable to keep those numbers up. The obvious candidate is RB Leipzig's forward Timo Werner, who contributed 16 league goals and 7 assists last term. The striker is estimated to be worth around €70 million, after allegedly telling Leipzig he will not be penning a new deal. They may be forced to sell before his contract runs out next year. However, interesting news has linked Bayern Munich to another French World Cup winner, Barcelona's Ousmane Dembele. Sport Bill claimed that since the talks with Sane have cooled off, Bayern's sporting director has been in contact with the winger and Barca. Expected to cost over €100 million, the transfer would shatter their history of modest spending. 3. Wolverhampton. Wolverhampton Wanderers enjoyed a magnificent season in the Premier League, coming straight from the Championship to 7th place in the Prem. Nuno Espirito Santo guided them to their highest league finish since 1980. Ahead of the 2018-19 campaign, the Midlands side became the exemplar model for promoted teams looking to bolster their squads. Adding Diego Jota, Otto, as well as Jimenez and Dendoncker on loan showed Fulham how best to manage additions. Following their impressive season in the top flight, not only did a number of their players attract attention from other suitors, but Nuno was suddenly in the running for every job in Europe. Keeping hold of their assets was at the very top of Wolves' agenda this summer, and so far, so good. For £34 million, Raul Jimenez is staying at the Molineux. Appearing in every Premier League game, the forward scored 13, the most in the side, and assisted 7 goals. His average of 2.9 shots per 90 mins is the highest in the squad, while only Moutinho creates more chances for his teammates than his 2.2 key passes per match. At 28 years old, Jimenez is seeing his career peak in the Prem, with his 13-goal display double his previous PB. Another player vital to the team building on last season's success is Leon Dendoncker. The 24-year-old joined from Anderlecht on loan last term after the Wolves managed to fight off rumoured interest from Atleti, Man United and West Ham. The Belgian midfielder will be staying put in England after Wolves made his deal permanent this summer for just £12 million. The business completed by Wolves this season has been exceptionally smart. They added monstrously in preparation for the Premier League last term by using loans as safety nets. Now following on from their excellent campaign, and they can build with certainty of their future in the top flight. However, the small squad might need some backup this season to compete in the Europa League, and the news that Milan are sniffing around Ruben Neves could be worrying Wolves fans. Mediaset are reporting that the Serie A side are keen to set up a player plus cash deal for the 22-year-old. The story suggests that Jorge Mendes is brokering a deal to send Andre Silva plus €15 million to Molineux in exchange for the crown jewel. 2. Real Madrid. A year on from the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo, and Real Madrid have been forced to return to their Galactico tactics after spending just €162 million total on 8 players last term. Relying on Gareth Bale and Benzema to make up for the loss of CR7 proved to be an error, with the former contributing just 8 goals last term. Along with hiring their ex-manager, Madrid have entered the 2019 window with their old game plan, spending big. So far this summer, Real have already spent treble that of last year, with a total expense of €303 million already. 100 million bagged them Eden Hazard from Chelsea, while 60 million allowed Luka Jovic to swap Frankfurt for the Spanish capital. The pair of them contributed to 53 league goal total last season, and Florentino Perez will be expecting the pair to score and assist even more playing inside this Los Blancos side. This window has seen them reinforce all around the pitch, with the acquisitions of 21-year-old centre-back Eder Militao and Ferland Mendy, the 24-year-old left-back, for a combined €98 million. Reluctantly keeping Gareth Bale on their books, at the time of writing, Real Madrid have bid farewell to just 3 players, including Mateo Kovacic, who is staying at Stamford Bridge. With another month left to go in the transfer window, Real could still have business to do. The rumour mill is still spinning in regards to Manchester United's want-away midfielder, Paul Pogba. The former head of Marca, Eduardo Inda, has made wild claims that Madrid are ready to spend £70 million plus Bale and Cruz to land the Frenchman. Whether or not these rumours should be taken with a pinch of salt or not is up to you. But with business already completed this summer and a reliable manager now settled on the touchline, Real Madrid enter 2019-20 on much better ground than the previous season, hoping their new recruits will bring them back to domestic and European dominance. 1. Juventus. Last year, Juventus probably thought they had done everything they could to win Europe's biggest competition, spending €100 million on Mr. Champions League himself, Cristiano Ronaldo. However, after being knocked out by Ajax in the quarter-finals, we've seen the Italian side take things to the next level in this year's window. Somehow, through the sales of 8 non-first-team players, Juve have recouped €98 million. At the time of writing, this has seen the Italian giants make a €73 million profit, which can be used to bring in top-class talent. We've currently seen the old lady bring in 4 elite players for just €22 million. Luca Pellegrini, Gianluigi Buffon, Aaron Ramsey and Adrien Rabiot have all arrived at the Allianz Stadium, with only the 20-year-old left-back costing Juve in fees. After a torrid half-season being shunned by PSG, Rabiot, who recently turned 24, joined the Turin side on a free, signing a 4-year deal for €150,000 a week. This will cost his new club €7 million a year, $53 million less than the rumoured transfer fee would have cost a year ago. And he's not the only player the Serie A champions have brought in for nothing. Ex-Arsenal midfielder Aaron Ramsey has also joined the club on a free, after spending 11 years in London. This will see new manager Maurizio Sarri have a plethora of choices in midfield to use next campaign, especially useful with Blaise Matuidi and Sami Khedira, now 32 years old. This money-saving tactic, which has seen Juve previously bring Pogba, Vidal and Pirlo to the club, will allow them to spend big on targets to further their chances of winning the elusive trophy for the 3rd time. As at the time of recording, Juve have submitted a £49.3 million bid for Matthias de Ligt to join their ranks. Signing the heavily sought-after 19-year-old will secure Juve's defensive future for years to come. Add the fact that the old lady have seemingly managed to keep hold of Dybala, who has the potential to be lethal in Sarri's system, and we may see one of the best transfer windows to date. So those were our 5 clubs who have been killing it in this summer's transfer window, but have we missed any out? I mean, obviously we can't talk about Chelsea. Let me know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a like, click the one on screen right now, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.